haven't picked up about REISA, we all have to play multiple roles. And about half the people that are here have never been to a REISA or ticket conference. I may be wearing this tomorrow morning. Tour guide. People keep coming up to me and saying, what should I go do? What should I go see? What's going to be special for me? What can I go to that because of what I learned there, I can start making money this week? Well, let me talk to you about 4 pillars, big things that are available for everybody, and then talk to you a little bit about some things that we have up our sleeve for specialty groups along the line. The 4 pillars, I mean, tomorrow afternoon, Keith Lear will be here, and he'll be talking about where we are with non-traded REITs and where are we going. Is it important to you? I believe it. It's one of the few growth areas. We've gone from $6 billion last year to $8 billion this year. We'll probably go to $12 billion next year. If you're not on top of what's happening in the non-traded REIT world, you're missing the opportunity. You're missing what's going on out there. And tomorrow evening, we have a legends. These are people that have had success, and they're moving on to significance. It's one of the things those of you who do financial planning is you get to somebody in their 50s and 60s, and they made their money. And there's something about, what do I do with it? Well, these are people who have been in our industry, in real estate, who have achieved success. And you'll find, I think, all of them are moving on to that significance level. Third, Tuesday morning, you have a, I'm sorry, jumping around. We have Tuesday morning a focus on the economy, going from recession to recovery to revitalization. I was president once of the Richmond Association of Business Economics, and I found out clearly there from all the different economists we have, they don't have the answers. They do understand the signposts. And the signposts in this economy recovery are very different from the signposts in recoveries from past recession. So it's good to hear and talk to those who are about the big picture of what's going on. But listen carefully for the signposts, because those are things you can be looking for when employment goes up, when the rate for investment and interest goes up. Those are the things that you want to be listening for. Last but not least, in the big sessions, we have people from both FINRA and NASA, and I think the phrase is, we are from the government, we are here to help. It's going to be interesting because FINRA, NASA, SEC has just changed with government's, the Congress's guidance, how our business runs. You will have an opportunity both in big sessions, and then we're going to break into some only sessions, registered rep sessions, etc., where I think that you will get a chance to talk one-on-one with the regulators. And probably as important, talk to each other. We will have a broker-dealer only session, a registered rep only session. We have a sponsor only session. And for the first time, we're doing something for the wholesalers. Having been a wholesaler, we seem to get lost in this. I mean, we make good money if we're doing well, but everybody's running. We have a panel, there's 3 panels for wholesalers, and if you're a sponsor and you don't have your wholesalers coming to those 3 panels, you're missing out on an opportunity. One panel alone, 4 people, have collectively raised billions of dollars. Not sponsors, for wholesalers. They've raised billions of dollars in this market. That to me is one of the highlights, and I've known these guys. I think you will thoroughly enjoy that. Broker-dealers, how many broker-dealers in the room? Good third. You absolutely positively want to be at the breakfast on Tuesday morning. It's kind of your opportunity to grill the third-party analysts. We did this last year. We went for an hour. We could have gone for 3 hours. There were so many questions from broker-dealers to the analysts. If you're a broker-dealer, that I think is a highlight. 2 other things. We have a REIT cage match. For those of you who look at those non-traded and traded REITs, there are organizations, Green Street being one of them, very well known, who absolutely, positively hates non-traded REITs. We had one of their spokesmen on one team. On the other team, we have Mike Wall from American Realty, who really likes non-traded REITs, the billions of dollars. The only issue I think Mike has with it is they're raising $1 billion a year. He wants to get it to be $1 billion a week. Minor problem. And just in case that conflict doesn't get you excited, our referee is Tony Thompson. So please come to hear that one. And the last one, Tomorrow morning, we have a new member breakfast. And Greg can come to meet some other new members. Two things will be going on. We have, I think, 30 tables. We will have a, quote, Sherpa at every table. We will have somebody who is in the industry, has been in there for a while, and if you come and have breakfast, they will say, look, this is what Rick said, let me tell you what you really should go do. Or if you have this kind of question, here's the person to go call. If you're a new member, you need to be there. You've been around for a long time as a member. If you're not signed up as a Sherpa, please talk to David Hartness. And we have a mentoring session going on. Now, one of the emails I got as president, I don't know if they just here or not, was complaining about that maybe TICA and REISA needs to forewarn you about deals that may not be good. So let me give you 3 suggestions. If you're with a fund, and they have a sinking fund to deal with shortfalls, and you can see water seeping into the sinking fund, maybe you have a problem with a sponsor or a deal. If you have a sponsor who picks you up with his Learjet and flies you across the country to pick up his Brazilian wife, who's 30 years younger, who has equipment that wasn't standard issue, and you go to a property where the only tenant is owned by the sponsor, you might have a problem. And last but not least on this, if you have a sponsor, for those who were here last year, when the wheels on the bus don't go round and round anymore, I know you have a problem. For those of you who weren't here last year, there was a sponsor that had a huge tour bus, because he also owned a tour company, and he has filed for bankruptcy and now has recently been indicted. So there are times that you need to be a little bit aware. You know, the old days of, well, this deal does an 8% deal, and this one does 7 and 8 is better, are over. We have some work to do. All right, some help. 3 things I want your help with, and I will cede the stage to Tony. Number 1, avoid the skaters. What am I talking about? The skaters are those people who are here trying to get your business as a sponsor. They didn't register. Or they're here, and you're going to have these only sessions on Tuesday afternoon, and it's a broker-dealer only session. They're really with a sponsor, but they have a label that says there's something that should be there. I'm not suggesting fisticuffs. Well, I was a sergeant in the Marine Corps. Yes, I am suggesting that, but that's probably going too far. But just a little gentle of, you know, look, we're playing the game. We're helping out. You know, if you can't afford to come here, we understand. But don't break the rules. I mean, that is not right. Number 2, you got in your packet a piece of paper that says nominations for the board. We have changed in a dramatic way how we're electing our board. We will take your nominations. It will go to a nominating committee. They will pick probably 15 people as candidates, and sometime between the 1st of November or sometime in November, we have a 2-week period there, you'll get a chance to elect a new board. So 7 of the 11 voting members of the board are on the ballot this year. And I need you to think through, not just, I know Johnny Jones or Janie Smith, but would they be able to give REISA guidance as we move into this new world? Last but not least, in your packet, I gave you a pen. In your packet, I gave you a postcard. It's blank on the map. Do not wait for 11 months to say, yeah, that's the worst panel I ever saw. Don't wait for 10 months and say, that's the worst food I've ever had. We need your response this week. Take a postcard. Take a pen. I really liked, I really hated, I suggest you do this next year. Take it to the REISA booth and give it to them. We just had a meeting of the CPC. We're already planning next year. I mean, these things you plan 12 months in advance. We need your help on that. So, thank you all for coming. Have fun. We have some great things planned for you here. Learn something.